AOB.
See, I did the opposite. I ordered a Z06 and I had to set.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to day one of Drift Week. We're here in Oklahoma. We're headed to Cam's Acres today. It's supposed to be a replica of the Medford track, so I'm pretty excited about that. Some people say it's a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer asphalt, but I don't really know. I haven't seen much like media or anything from this track, so I'm hoping it is a fun one to drive and has good surface, tire wear, all that stuff. But it's the kind of the welcome drivers meeting, so we got to hit the road, make it out there in time, and hopefully go see all my friends that I only see twice a year now. Drift Week has been pretty regularly twice a year now. But let's hit the road. So we stopped by the gas station to just grab some snacks first thing in the morning. First person I see was Devin Larson. He pulls up in a Mustang, and I was like, man, this guy is everywhere. I see him like every time on Drift Week somewhere, and he's got a super loud Mustang, just pulls up revving the V8 at me, and I'm like, hey man, how's it going? He's like, we lost all our oil last night. I'm like, typical. I think maybe some of my luck has rubbed off on that guy and his party. But this is what I love about Drift Week. Like I said, get to see people I don't see very often. So we're headed to the track to see who's who and what's what, and hopefully have a good day driving. It's a little overcast today, a little bit of rain on the windshield, but I'm hoping it kind of clears out and the clouds blow away. It's supposed to be 20% chance of rain and 73 degrees. Definitely something I can get on board with, as long as there's no tornadoes. I thought I had rod knock, but it was just the sound of his really crappy exhaust. I hate V8s. He probably thinks he won, but he's got no chance. No chance. Round two. That's Devin, or whoever's with Devin. Finally caught up to him. Or he finally caught up to us. We can't go on Drift Week without street racing.
The C's are actually better with it. So just make sure you're taking care of the tires. We don't need to walk the rest of it. But when we go around the outside of the track, you go around there, and then you go through there, and you won't go through here. So almost all the cut-through culverts are on this line. It's a little deep. So you have one right there, one right here, and I think the other one's just as bad over there. So,
All right, drivers meeting's over with. I don't think anybody's been on track yet. I'm gonna go try and get first laps of the day. We'll see. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Everything's gonna be good. Oh, I gotta put my tune. I almost went and drove without my with my lean tune. I had to put the proper. Come on. Oh, I gotta put the proper tune on the car. So I should do that before I go blow it up. So I'm usually like 50-50 on Aaron's designs of banner. Oh, I almost fell off the truck. And so this year, no good. I don't like it. which I came prepared because I brought a D-spare banner just in case. So I rolled up my Driftweek banner, put it inside this tube, and I'm gonna put on my D-spare Garage limited edition night drive banner, which is also for sale. The merch store's in the description. Check them out. That's what we were waiting for.
Could you guys bicker a little more?
Suck. I am in despair. All the way up. Good? Good on your corner?
Leave a little gap on the corner so it sits further. Are we centered, Jesse? The D-spare look pretty centered? Night ride available on the merch store. DSpareGarage.BigCartel.com. It's in the link. Just look in the description of the link description. Mike's got a razor blade. Only one. Perfect. Okay. We shall guard this razor blade.
Protect it with our lives.
I know. Where are you gonna put the other banner?
In the trash.
Autofill. No big deal.
Swap left.
It's brilliant. I love it.
My good friend Josh Sweeten. This is his first time on Drift Week. He drove his S13 all the way from home, right?
San Francisco.
From San Francisco? That might be a record.
Yeah, no heat, no AC, no defrost, no windshield wipers.
No problems.
No problems. Oh my gosh, no problems. Not one.
Josh is very capable though. I got no worries about you being able to handle your business.
Yeah. I feel nervous though, to be honest. Okay.
You get on track.
I want to so bad.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I
You need to get on track. Why are you on track?
I know.
I'm trying to fix my car.
I'm over there crying. Oh, I feel so bad. Yeah.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Alright, so I need to check my flex seal sensor. It's stuck as default, which means it's either unplugged or there's a wiring problem, right? You got power, ground, signal. It's one of those three things. So I'm gonna grab the trusty Power Probe 3 and start poking wires into there and see what I can figure out. Should be pretty easy, but like I want to figure that out because the car's running so rich right now because it thinks there's ethanol and there's like a blend of ethanol and it doesn't know where it's at. So we gotta have some reference. I'm guessing we're probably like 20% ethanol and it's defaulting at 50% ethanol, which jumps extra fuel, which I'd be fine with, but I'm trying to be like, all right, Brandon, reel it in. You don't need to be on track every second. Fix the car proper and then get out there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to turn a leaf. But Mike's on track. Let's go get some footage of Mike. So I got my 2 laps in so far, and now it's time to, you know, prep the car. We're getting our pit set up, we're getting everything unloaded, we're just getting the windows cleaned, like just day one stuff. I decided to opt for the D-spare banner instead of the ugly Drift Week banner. and yeah, just generally you know, doing day one stuff. I really want to get the door trims on, so I'm gonna look into doing that right now. Oh, also my flex fuel sensor, I gotta figure that out for sure. Car was running at like 10:1 AFR, which is the exact opposite problem that I had at the white plate event. So, you know, wish I could have traded a little bit, end up like 14.7, you know? So, upon closer investigation, I found out that there's no wire going to it, which I don't understand because it did work before. It should be pin 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. There's nothing there. Nothing there. So, it's definitely hooked up under the car, so now I gotta trace which wire comes up through the firewall. I should have this wiring a lot cleaner. I thought it was this one, but then this one comes over and goes to power right here. So I gotta do some wire chasing under the hood. All right, so it comes from up under there, and then I believe it is this. And then it goes through there, okay, up under the dash. Let's see what we can find. All right, and okay, it's that one up there. That whole bundle. So if we follow that around, okay, there it is. Let me keep the light on it. Power probe also works as a light. Okay, so we got power, we've got ground, and we got signal, white. So white goes here, runs into right there. Wait. So it's in the right spot. How is this possible? It's this wire right here, white. Focus. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's in the wrong spot. Somehow it's 2 pins off. 7, let's look at what 7 is. Cam sync 2, that's not gonna do anything. All right, so we just need to move that over to that pin and we should be golden. Small problems. I don't know how that happened. I must have depinned it for some reason and just put it back in the wrong spot, like an idiot. That's like the 7th time getting ready for this trip that I'm an idiot. Good job, idiot. I wanted him to think I was getting a good shot of his car, but I'm just getting a shot before it crashes or breaks.
It's tight.
All right, so 16.5% ethanol when it's hooked up correctly, so we were way off. So I'm glad that's working. We're gonna pull a couple logs and make sure that everything's running good, and then go start drifting for real and get some footage.
So I've already had a few problems second to third upshifting, which is what I was worried about with this car. I like to be able to butter the second to third upshift, and like I've missed it a couple times. That's how I got hit actually. Last time I tandemed it with Ben Hobson, I missed third and he hit me in this car. So that's got me a little bit concerned. Other than that, this car is doing really well. It's running a little bit rich. I had it cut out once coming down the roller coaster. But as long as I know what's wrong, it's easy to fix. I don't like mystery problems. That was a good lap though. I'm basically just hunting for tandem partners and learning the car at the same time. It has a lot of rear grip, so it tends to understeer if I'm not driving 100%. That whole idea of front grip is a myth. It's true as long as you're on your line. And so if I make a little mistake or if I'm not perfect, it starts to understeer. So I'm learning to drive around that. The track's pretty dead right now. I did a couple laps. Kelly was out here filming, so I did a couple laps for him, and car was already kind of hot, and we finally hit the over temp limit. It has a rev cut, and that's how I know that we're overheating. Even though I've got the gauges, I'm just like, sometimes you just go, you know, until the car won't let you. And it's important to make sure that the car won't let you, otherwise you blow up. And now Aaron's here to drive. Dang it. It's always the timing, you know what I mean? Let me go cool it off. I'll be back in 2 minutes. You smell that? I think it's the smell of us losing water. All right, we're gonna go cool off and then drive with Aaron.
Car got kind of hot, so we came over to cool it down. And there's a bunch of stuff on the side. And it's not just dirt, it's actually oil. It was blow-by from the catch can. So this engine is definitely tired. It's got a lot of blow-by going on. I'm hoping it holds together. But it did get hot, and then while it was idling and I was cooling it down, we were spraying the radiator and stuff, but it actually died. There's still electrical power because the fan and power steering pump stuff were going, but the car died and it wouldn't restart. I didn't hear a click or anything. So Jesse went to get the jump box and the power probe so I can poke around here and see what's going on. But as I was messing with that, I did notice the excessive amount of blow-by and oil mess coming from the catch can. So that's something that I mean, we can't really do anything about other than add catch cans and make more space for the oil to go without making a mess. But we can't really rebuild the engine on the side of the road here. Correction, can't, don't want to, not willing to. That's probably more accurate. But I kind of hope this holds together. I want to turn the boost down. I think that'd probably be pretty smart. Turn the boost down and try and keep this thing together for the whole trip. So, drift week day 1. Pushing the car back to the pits. Can you guys push? Okay. What? I don't know why. I lost power to like 5 or 6 different things. They all share the same source, and it ain't great. So we gotta figure it out. Day 1, man. Day 1. Pushing in reverse. So we gotta figure it out. I used the power probe to start poking around and figured out that we need power. Don't have power where we need it. And when I apply power to it, it trips the breaker in the power probe, so it's shorted straight to ground. So we gotta figure that out. I hope this image right here doesn't become the poster for the rest of the trip. That oil is coming down from here, down from there, from where the catch can is. Something interesting's got to be going on over here.
Yeah, I did the old spend good money on the car, and then things that were never ever wrong with it decide that they'll go wrong. Brand new motor, brand new clutch, you know, like bunch of new stuff, you know, make sure she's perfect. I got 2.5 laps and then it started with the temperatures and
oh man.
So the fan motor is turning, but I don't think the fan's turning.
It's electric fan?
Yeah. So I need to find a new fan setup and then bleed it and hopefully it comes good.
Are these hard to bleed?
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently when there's a new motor, which this is, they can airlock and stuff, so.
You think it was never properly?
Maybe never properly bled. On top of that, the fan saying no more. So yeah, fine.
It's got an aluminum
so
rad.
you're getting pushed before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, when I say I bought the good stuff, I spent like $800 US on a radiator.
Dang.
Only to.
Oh, see, you're jacking it up to bleed it.
No, to rip the fan out.
Oh. Oh, you got to remove it from the bottom.
Yeah. Corvette things, allegedly.
Is that the stock fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I spent $800 on that radiator. Novel, I just assumed for $800 it would come with the fans that was pictured with.
Yeah.
No, that's an extra.
It's extra.
Extra $750.
Wow. Wow.
So.
Was it driving good when it drives?
Yeah, like it's good. Like it's just the. You know, I think if we put a 325 in it, car.
It'd be a good car. Yeah, that's the move. That's the move. Figured it out?
I like to take my fan.
You look like a kid having a tantrum.
don't have any fans.
Take that and zip tie it to your front wheel.
Oh, so I can have some like turbo fins.
Some turbo fins.
Found our problem.
So I didn't really believe this, but Mike told me it actually works on other cars, not only his. Get a second tire, please. Doesn't work when my car's not as low as yours, Mike. I'm sorry.
Wagon problems, you know. What if you flip it? 180 the can?
Then
only MTF. So put one down.
Auto pour.
like auto pour.
Patent is pending.
What do we do when it starts overflowing? How do you auto shut off? That's manual. You gotta manually shut it off.
Auto shut off.
Yeah, when it starts overflowing.
Really like an auto shut off kind of person? Dude, all on.
All
the time. I'm sick right now. I'm still.
All right, so I'm back to the diag process here. What? Squeaky door. Let's see. So, this blue thing right here, when I was wiring this car, I found out this whole thing is just a junction block of power. So I started pulling power from this source. And what I noticed right away when my car stopped is I came down and checked my power source, because this is where the ECU gets power, this is where the wideband gets power. I think this is where the fuel pump relay gets power, or used to, I'm not sure. But obviously there's three things here that are getting power from that. And if you see, we got no power. Key on, Kelly? No power. So let's add power. This is the nice thing about a power probe. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm gonna show you guys how to diagnose a problem with a power probe. Great tool, best investment. If you do any electrical work, or if you don't, this makes it like idiot proof. You know the big digital voltmeters and stuff, they're kind of complicated and there's a lot of buttons. This is just like simple. Supply power, supply ground, or test power or test ground. Okay, so we see that we got ground to it. Let's supply power. Okay, it's shorted out. This is an internal fuse breaker switch thing. That tells me that this is shorted to ground. You can see the arky sparky if we do it this way. Yep, shorted immediately. So that tells me that one of these wires or the circuit feeding this is grounded. So what I decided to do is let's unplug them one by one. We'll take that one out, let's test it. Okay, it's not that one. Next, unplug this one and test it. Reset, reset. Okay, still shorted. Wait a minute. All right. It is that wire. It's that one right there. Now let's test this last one just to be sure. Reset, reset. No problem. So, it's not that wire. It's not this wire.
Yo, your gauges are turning on and off.
It's that wire right there. So now we gotta figure out where this brown wire goes. Whenever I have a potential recurring problem with blown fuses that are critical, I use one of these, a self-resetting circuit breaker. Doesn't fit. It's too big. Too big? Too big. All right, guess we're using a regular fuse.
So, I figured some stuff out. But first, I gotta show you, this is the best gift I ever got. We went into a restaurant and Mike brought me these straws. And these are no normal straws. Like there's normal and then there's large. These are like extra large. You get maximum flow to these. You got me enough to keep the door pocket on this trip. Thanks, Mike. Anyways, so what we found, I finally took the glove box out because I realized there's definitely something going on with one of the powers, right? We unplugged literally everything and it was still shorting, and then once everything that's plugged into the power, right? This is the main power. It comes from the brown wire over there, wherever it was. Yeah, comes from this up. This looks like a mess, but follow me here. Then there's a junction. There's a junction. It's not pretty, but it was working, right? And so I realized, okay, any one of these wires, wherever they go, the short's gonna be on one of them, not all of them. So what I did is I started unplugging literally everything, and then I realized it's time to start cutting wires. So these are the two that go to the engine bay, and I figured that's the most likely to be problematic. So I cut the one,
And then I cut the other one, and sure enough, it was this red one, which goes to my coil harness, which was already a problem. If you guys watch my other videos, I had a coil harness problem in the past, and so ended up being that was part of the problem. So if we follow the coil harness wires that are really poorly done up to here, you can see that this is just, it's all junk. And this blue wire here is something I did to patch this together in the past. And so that patched power to 1 through 5, and we still had a problem on 6, which was our original problem, and that's where we're at again. Number 6, instead it was actually on my to-do list.
Sketchy.
Oh yeah, right before the trip, I had a to-do list, and one thing that I didn't do was fix coil harness. And I was like, you know what, it's working, my patch is gonna work. Nope. Day 1 of Drift Week, I've already got problems with something that I should have fixed when I was at the shop, but now we're gonna be rebuilding it tonight.
Best day to have a problem.
Best day.
Best day to have a problem.
How's yours going?
Good.
Y'all good?
Fit 350Z, just tired.
Yeah, no problems.
No problems. Yeah. Was this a G swap?
It's a built GE.
Sick.
Yeah, rods, pistons, and just a stock head.
Hell yeah.
And it works good. It works good. 3576. Awesome. Spool's great, has good power. It's a great car. It's great when it runs. Let's fix it.
What are you doing, Kelly?
Check that power source.
Yeah.
Short to ground. Immediately short to ground. So then we go through on starting plug and stuff,
splice
whatever.
power,
Long story
so
short, it was
see
inside
this
the
big
harness.
blue wire that we
Which is part
talk
of the
about all
harness
the
that I built,
time.
which I'd already had a problem with, so I'd run a wire on the outside.
It's a power that's kind of backfeeding all these.
Yep. And so now the original problem that I never fixed has come back to short to ground.
The power
So
wire
it's losing
for
power. It's
number
actually
6
caused a major
is
problem.
shorted out, so I cut it, so it's no longer in line with the ground.
Because you're again using
Hey,
the
now.
power probe.
The power
I'm
probe
splicing it to the other splice.
is the only way to fix it.
Power probe is like
I'm
your life.
gonna do this real quick.
It's a new one too. It's a model
Tape
3.
it up.
I upgraded from the 4 to the 3.
We should be
Tell me
on
more
the
about the power probe.
What's going on here? Why are you so short? And this is a problem all along. Okay.
Through the Kelly.
Through the Kelly. Episode of Through the Kelly. Oh yeah! Wayne's World! Wayne's World!
Point of view.
POV, yeah. POV, your harness sucks. Okay. Oh yeah, oil cap goes off. Puppy goes on. I think that's actually a myth, but I'm a believer of that myth. Ooh, I had a glove, now I don't. Fixed! You ever think that before Dr. Pepper got his PhD in pepper that he was just Mr. Pepper and was probably more respected by his in-laws now? Probably, yeah. Think about that. That's the same side.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, what? I swear on my stop it. Stop it, Brandon. I'll cry. Oh god, look at the burns on my arm already.
I'm looking at I'm testing you on your ability to work under extreme conditions.
I'll bite you. Extreme. Golly.
How's a domestic incident?
Yo, my mom,
Petrie.
she called that a DB. A DV. Where's the
It won't fit. Need tape.
well, maybe this one's smaller than the other one.
It ain't gonna fit. It might fit. It's a DB.
DE.
What's DD?
DD.
What? I don't
Domestic
know.
violence.
Oh, DV. Alright, we got it fixed enough that it started, but now we got a misfire.
Maybe I killed the coil pack.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense.
All right, so we passed the harness. We figured out where the I patched the harness. I fixed the car every time.
No,
Every
you
time I
patched the
fix
harness. Don't say you fixed
I
the
fix
car.
every time. So found out there's a short in the harness. We fixed the short in the harness. We put it on. Kelly shorted out a coil. Is there a bug on my face?
Got it.
Oh, sick. There's bugs everywhere on my face. And we start it, and it's got one of these crazy.
It starts.
Oh, it starts.
So it's fixed.
No. Now listen.
That sounds like a misfire.
That's a big pow. Bing pow. That's cool. We should leave it and make it blow a big flame.
No.
No, we need a new coil pack because I put power to the wrong wire and it probably ruined the coil. So back at it.
But guess what?
What?
I brought 5 extra coils.
Really?
We're good.
Sick, cool. Oh, good lord. Look at this brand new, what are these, Volkswagen,
eBay coils.
Volkswagen eBay? That's not a car.
Is that number 6?
Yeah, that's number 6. The hardest one to get to. Oh, good heavens. Good lord! Is there a clippy on here? Let's do diagnosing.
So this is the first time that I've ever drifted in Oklahoma. I've been to Texas, I've been Colorado, I've been around, but not to Oklahoma. And I have a friend in Oklahoma, David, who we met in 2012. Man, it's been
maybe earlier.
Yeah, it's been at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've seen him since. We've kept in touch online and whatnot, and I've always wanted to come through and have, go drifting with him. And so this is the first time it's happened, and as soon as he got here, we had car problems, and we've been struggling. I didn't film a bunch of this stuff, but like, we basically had to rebuild half the coil harness. And anyways, I'm excited. We're finally doing a lap. He went out with Mikey in the Cressida, but I want to show how the JZX gets down. So it's time to do another lap. I've literally been sitting here, me and Kelly have been working on the car for probably like an hour now, just super frustrated. So usually after this frustration, I have my best laps. Josh comes over and he's like, hey, can I clean your wheels? It looks like crap. Your car looks like crap. Thanks, Josh.
I went through a scrubber, Josh.
How's your car?
It's great. I lost the gas cap though, so they don't let me on track without a gas cap.
Why'd you tell him?
No, he said, hey, you gotta get off, you want a gas cap.
Were you splashing gas on the track?
I think he just saw it.
Oh. You can borrow mine. I'm down for the night.
What's going on?
I just need to do some fixing.
Just need to rebuild a whole coil harness.
He comes over and he says, "Can I clean your wheels? They look like crap." More or less. Paraphrasing.
Sounds good. time for a tech talk.
Oh, it's time for a tech talk? Okay. So you see these wires right here? This is a pretty good example. So there's pins in there, correct? See those? And there's pins in there, right? And you make the connection by plugging it in, and these pins have to be this far out into the connector to touch and connect with the coil pack. So what I'm going to do here is show you something.
we got this number 6 coil pack for cylinder 6. And I'm willing to bet that when I take this off, one of these pins isn't all the way out. Oh yeah, you see this pin over here? It's kind of sunk in a little bit. I don't know if I can show that. It's sunk in farther than these other ones. What I need to do is push it all the way in. Oh, I need a pair of cutters. So we have a misfire on cylinder number 6, and it is directly related to this pin being able to fold in and out like that. So I'm going to fix that by wrapping a zip tie around this wire and pulling it towards the front of the connector to repair till we get to the house. And then I gotta fix all this crap and build a new harness for this car eventually within the next week or so. Tech Talk with Kelly, out.
So back in drifting, we also are into football.
What kind of a PSI do you run in your taillight?
That did not push out the way I wanted it to.
So I brought my kid's drum set along on this trip. The idea is I wanted to find some other drummers. I know there's some on this trip, and then like have a jam session. Jesse brought his guitar also. It's kind of quiet, but we're gonna try and work something out and make a performance here. This is a trial run tonight. Also, it's not ideal, the surface that we're on here, but do what you can. Problem is, tonight was supposed to be like a meet and greet party, but everybody's gone. It's not really happening very well. The thing about Drift Week is that most people just tend to keep to themselves, which is against the spirit of drifting in general, but it happens. And that's what's happening here. Everybody's kind of got their own camp, and so they just kind of like hang out in their camp and don't really leave their camp. And then when we leave our camp to go look for other camps, they're dispersed. Speaking of camps, there's 2 campfires going on. I think that's where a lot of people are hanging out. But I also think a lot of people just straight up left for the night.
Go Daddy. It's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday.
Yeah!
Boo, that was trash.
You guys look like you're about to drop the hardest single in 2023.
We are.